is what you got for me.
Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Tottenham transfer news. So you guys know what time it is by now. Everything Tottenham, everything transfers, we are covering right here on Durag Diaries. Make sure you're subscribing. Big up to Dan Potts for the Big up to Dan Potts and Saeed for the raid. Every single time, gonna be over on the 12th man at 4 p.m. to cook Wolfie and some of the Arsenal contingent. But big up to everyone that's come over. You know, make sure you smash a like on your way in. That should be a standard by now. It don't take a second and it don't cost a thing. Away from that, we're on the road to 4K. We are on the road to 4K. So much appreciated if when you jump into the show, subscribe to the channel, help the guys grow. And more importantly, more importantly, drop a like on the video. Drop a like on the video, people. But big up to everyone in the chat. We're going to come over to everybody over there, see what you guys are saying. Any questions you guys have got, throw them out there right now. But we are going to get into some of the links today. Some of the links that we have seen already. Khanouss seems to be heating up. Spurs are monitoring him very closely. Away from that, Grealish links also on the back burner, but they are there. They are there. Grealish could be another player we're looking out for. We did also see something regarding Odegaard potentially being the first choice left winger for this season to come. And then away from that, we obviously do have a friendly today. We do have a friendly today against Bayern. We have a friendly against Bayern. So we got a big game. A big game. So the watch along will be there, people. We do have a watch along for that game because we've been keeping them coming. There's no doubt about that. But let me come to the chat. Big up to everyone inside. Big up to Elijah. 4K on the way. That's the aim, bro. We're trying to get to that 4K real soon. But I can only do that with you guys' support. So appreciate for all the shares. You know, tell a friend, tell, you know, share it with your aunties, your cousins, your granddads, your grandmas, all of them. They all got to follow up on Durag Diaries. Big up to Jords. Big up to my guy, Mr. Udang. Big up to It's Me Everest. Big up to you, my bro. Welcome, Raiders. Yes, welcome to all my Raiders. Also, yes, big up to you, my bro. Everybody hates Reese. Big up to you, Potsray. Big up to Cascade. Yo, what the heck is going on? Mr. Udang dropping a false news alert. Big up to Mr. Udang, who's always here to let you guys know when there has been some false news. There's been some false news out there quite a lot recently, and it's been linking Spurs to here, there, and everywhere. It really has been linking Spurs to here, there, and everywhere. And apparently Tottenham are eyeing a surprise move for Manchester City winger Savinho. Now, we know Manchester City rate him very highly because he's a player that he's had within the City group for years. He's a player that was at Troyes, who's part of the City group, who got loaned to Girona, who's part of the City group, and then went back to City, the City group. So they're looking to keep this player. I don't think he goes anywhere and definitely will not be coming to Spurs. Well, good afternoon to Mustafa. You know, Kane Derby, big fixture. I did forget it is the Kane Derby. It's the return. When I say return, also the Paulinho Derby. I think Paulinho could be playing in this game. The reports were saying that Paulinho wanted to be ready for this fixture, so it could be the Paulinho Derby too. Hey, we got two players return. And Tel. How can we forget Antel? Tel is also returning to his former club. So we got a few players returning to their former clubs in this game. This could be a little derby. No love lost. Let's see. Mr. Udang dropping in the news that I've seen that we're going to get round to a bit later. But if we get Baleba, oh, bro. I was speaking about this with Saeed earlier, and I'll say this now to caveat everything that I'm going to say after. I don't think this deal is going to happen. I don't think this deal is going to happen, people. I don't think they get Baleba in this summer. But if they do, I put out a video the other day saying Man United might have the most dangerous attack in the league. They might have one of the most dangerous teams in the league with Baleba. Now, this doesn't mean I think they're going to be title contenders. They're not. but they're gonna have a dangerous team that you're gonna have to be switched on when you know you're going up against Man United. You can't afford any mistakes. Let's say Baleba and Bruno in midfield. You've now got a guy that can break down the play and cover the ground that Bruno's gonna leave the spaces in behind. Baleba covers that space. Can cover it on his ones. On top of the front line, Man United are looking serious. Man United are looking serious. This Baleba stuff it's worrying because we heard Spurs wanted a serious DM early in the window. There was murmurs for Wharton, murmurs for Baleba. But we always knew as a Spurs fan that these deals weren't possible. Man United fans were told prior to their window that they will not have money to spend. There's going to be a smaller window. And they've gone and spent 200 million like it's nothing. And they're looking to invest a further 80 to 100 million in a fourth player. 300 million pound on 4 players. You know where their team is going. Usually we sit back and we say, yeah, Man United make bad moves. We can always expect that their Man United team is going to... Hey, yo. Maybe... Clearly God told me, stop gassing up this United team because they're going to make you choke out. I had to sit back for a second. Shit. Maybe they're not that good. Reality check. They're not that good, people. But no, if they spend 300 million pounds on 4 players, that shows ambition. That shows how serious they are about competing this season. That shows that they're willing to go out there and put everything on the line to try and get back into that Champions League. And they're backing their manager. They're literally giving Amorim all the tools, giving him all the tools to make him think that there's no excuse for you next season. You have to perform. But big up to Raf in the building. I'm about cousin. It's just like saying cousin, isn't it? Yeah. I was about to say. So what you saying, cousin, isn't it? Like, big up to Raf in the building, though. What's everyone saying in the building? Big up to my guy. Look. How could I even forget? I need them to jump in the house to remind me. So big up to my guy, Starcrow. As you guys can see, VIP. This is one of the VIPs in the yard right now. If you also want to be a VIP, if you want to know what a VIP is, you just need to look at the badge next to his name. Official DRD member. It's official DRD member. If you want to be like him, tap the pinned comment. Tap the link. Will take you straight to the memberships. Become a descendant. Become a delinquent. You know how they say, join the Royal Navy. Join the descendants. Become a descendant. You know, one of them ones. But let's get the likes up in the building. We're trying to get 100 likes on this video. I don't even care. We want 136 so far. Let's make sure people are smashing the likes. Mods, make sure you're running that up throughout the show. But a Tell Derby low. Yeah, Kane, Paulinho, Tell. Facts. Tell scores in this game. I promise you. We're going to get into some of the lineups who we expect to see play today as well. We're going to get into that a bit later on in the show. Before we investigate all these things. Sorry, man. I got something stuck. Just had some lunch. It's horrible. It's all there. Big up to Daniel. Big up to Ghosted, my guy. Georgie. Yes, he is. And do you know what, Georgie? I've been seeing the links that you guys are willing to let go of him. Are you guys... How much do you want for Fatu? That's good. How much do you want for Fatu? Because I saw that goal he scored the other day. I saw that goal that Fatu scored, and I can't lie. If his name was Fatu Nino, that would have been a Puskas Awards, a Puskas potential goal. That goal was crazy. Bro. Can't lie. Fatu's the one, and when he got injured last year, that was literally the downfall of Leicester's season, bro. That was a downfall, bro. I can't like I like me Khanouss, but I think I like me Fatu a little bit more. You know what it is? I don't even know. You know them ones when we had the El Sakiko and Man United beat us, so they won the game, but we won in the end because we got Conte after that. And we finished above them. And it was like, okay, in the short term, you won. In the long term, we won. Now looking at this final, it's seemingly looking more and more like We won the final. Man United won the fucking war. Because they got Mbomo, Cunha, Sesco, and now they're trying to get the league, bruv. What's going on? It's dark. It's dark. Dark times, bro. Is this when Harry Kane scores a hat-trick against Spurs? Are you saying it like it's already happened? Bro, man said it like he's already seen it happen. He said, is this the day when it happened? Is this when it should happen? Bayern Guna, can't believe, big up to you, my bro. Can't believe that racist is back on the earth. Do you know what, yeah? I ain't want to comment too much on this. I don't want to comment on it too much. I'll be honest. I'll just leave it there, innit? Because I know how you feel. Let me just say, Bayern, I understand your sentiment. I understand. One thing I've always said, though, is what, to be fair, no, I don't even want to say how I really feel in it, because the people that watch me know when I'm doing this, you know what I go on, innit? So that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't trying to mess up my bag, you know what I mean, Beja? You know, there might be one day with DR trying to call me, bro. I'm happy to go with DR. That's all I'm saying, bro. If DR if they need a real replacement, you know, you wanna, you know, uphold the diversity quota, and I'll jump in, bro. Tag me in. You need a Tottenham fan, and you need to keep up to the diversity quota. Tag me in. I'm waiting. You know, when you see the guy just wait, tag me in, bro. So tag me in. It's waiting for my chance. Shit. Waiting for my chance for shit, for real, bro. Like, I'm trying to get on the big channels. You know what I mean? But big up to what's that link, Mr. Udang? Let me just scroll up a little piece, because I've seen you dropped a link. I know it's Septimus Prime, so I can probably tell. Oh, wait, what's the link to this? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my god. Hey, Mr. Is that actually? I can't believe Yardman did this. I can't believe this. What Yardman's doing? Is that what he's doing? I need to hear what you were saying as well. This is madness. Do people see this? I can't believe what Yardman's doing.
It's not the what we're saying here. Listen to what I'm saying, yeah? And listen carefully.
I can't lie. Now, if this was one of my actual friends, they could do that to me. It's my actual friends. So I don't know. I don't understand the dynamics of their relationship. They might actually be friends. They might speak a lot. This might just be fine. I know Robbie's all about the fun and games, and he don't take things seriously. But if someone from a panel, let's just say we're doing a panel show, we're doing it in person, grabbed my face and my ears, just know, just know I'm spazzing the fuck out, and fuck the cameras. The cameraman can get it too. There's no way you're grabbing my ears and say, listen carefully. You're going mad. You're going mad. Yardman's lost his mind. I can't lie. That's disrespectful, bro. That's hella disrespectful. Unless that's actually your people's, your good friend, and you're playing around and stuff. That's hella disrespectful. But hey, that ain't my business, innit? That ain't my business. That's for Robbie. That's madness. Durag Delusions. We won't even get top half. That's mad. To not think we won't get top half is crazy stuff. Man like Andy Kaling in the yard, big up to you, my bro. Man like Jords, big up. You just watched them release clause. Oh, yeah, of course. The 20 million release clause for him. All right, do you know what? I just seen this news break. I've just seen this news break, so it's only right that I'll share it. Give me a second.
Okay, I'm finished.
Sorry, people. Just dealing with the little ones. School holidays. Anybody that's a pops will know right now. The 6 week is tense. It's tense, bro. You gotta keep the kids busy all day. There's things going on. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. But what is going on? What you guys care about is what we're seeing right now. Spurs are putting in bids. Tottenham have had. Oh, sorry. Let me just zoom this in a little bit more. Tottenham have had a 40 million euro offer rejected for Nico Paz. Como value the player at 70 million euros. Now, I can't lie. 70 million euros, they're pushing it. They're definitely pushing their luck. They're definitely pushing their luck. They're pushing their luck. But Spurs are looking at players. Spurs are going in for players, and that's the most important thing. I'll be real. When I'm looking at Nico Paz, I think he's a very good young talent. A very good young talent. We're talking about a player on the creative side of things. One of the best performers in the Serie A last season. One of the best. I'm all for Spurs going out there and spending the money. I've told you, I don't care about fees. They're probably asking for a little bit too much, but hey, if Spurs are serious, spend the money. We're seeing every other team around us overpay for players. It's now our turn to overpay for a player. And if we're going to overpay for Nico Paz, then I'm telling you guys, this is worth it. This is worth it. Just looking at some of the stats here. Had this up. Here's a tweet to show you guys how good he was last season. This was tweeted in April, so it's right at the end of last year. But against the Serie A midfielders, Nico Paz led in all of these stats. Most expected goals, most expected GA expected assists, most shots on target, most duels, most attacking actions, most offensive duels. So when you're talking about a player who can come in and do that all-round, all-encompassing role in the 10, Nico Paz is him. Literally, you just have to look here. Key passes second, goals second, touched in the box second. This is compared to Serie A midfielders. For the goals and assists that he did have, I believe he had 8 goals, 8 assists, or in and around that for the season in Serie A. He's also, for those of you who don't really know too much about the player himself, plays for Como's, been working under Fabregas over the last year. Is actually a Real Madrid. It's weird because I understand he's a Real Madrid player that was sent out and they have a buyback clause involved in that deal. So technically, Real Madrid can still go and pick him up, but he is available and he's only a Como player having played that one season there. When you talk about his profile of player, it's a good question. It's a good question. Who would I compare him to in the Premier League? It's one of these players that I feel like we don't really have too much of his profile right now in the league. There really isn't too many players of his profile because he's one of these ones that's really good with the ball at his feet. Excellent. Technically, he's levels technically. For a small guy, it's good to use his strength, good at using his lower body, dribbling in the tight spaces. And then we saw there in the duels, offensive duels, he's somebody who likes to get involved in the challenges. He doesn't shy away from a challenge. Now, if we're talking about a player to replace, that of James Maddison, I can't lie. Bring him. Bring him. Spend the money, Spurs. Bring him in. This is that guy. Can carry the ball through the midfield and progress it with the way that he passes. I need him. Bring me Nico Paz. We couldn't get Xavi Simons. We're not getting Eze. Bring me Nico Paz. Bro. Got to make it happen. Bro, I can't lie. This one's getting me a little bit gassed. But no, bring me Nico Paz, man. Bring me Nico Paz. Class player. Yes, we see that. Just gone through that. Leao, Grealish, Garnacho, Elliott, Vlahovic, Eze is just a few players up for grabs this window. Players of our size club of our size should be easy to be able to pick a couple of them. That's the thing. And that's where I'm a bit confused, Huddle Waddle, yeah? Because Leao, Grealish, get Garnacho and Elliott, Vlahovic and Eze. I'd even take away Vlahovic in some extent because he's been a bit poor over the last 2 seasons. But 3 of those players would improve our team instantly. They come into our first team lineups. They're not commanding massive fees. So I don't see why we wouldn't go and get one of those deals done. Now, I don't want Grealish myself, but if we're going to take Grealish on loan so we can put money into a player like Nico Paz, I'm all for it. But that's what I mean. With the Grealish stuff, it's all about the context. It's all about the context for the Grealish move because I'm all for giving Grealish a chance. I'm all for it. He's a good player. And let's be honest, better than what we have. But then again, at the same time, we can't go get Grealish and be like, oh, yeah, we can't spend on other players because we're paying the Grealish wages, we're paying Paulinho's wages, we're paying 400k a week. Don't care for all of that stuff. I don't. I honestly don't care for that stuff. But what I do care for, bringing in Spurs, attacking quality, and improving the squad. That's what I care. We need to improve the squad. And when I saw this report, I had a little bit of concern. I had a little bit of concern seeing this report because what this is making me think, well, let me read it out for you guys, is unless another attacker leaves Spurs, Spurs not looking to sign a Heung-min Son replacement, which doesn't make any sense for me. It doesn't make any sense for me. We made the mistake last time of not signing a Harry Kane replacement. We made that mistake. Are Spurs not going to learn from that mistake previously? Because those are 2 players that used to bring us 40, 50 goals. I'm now looking at our squad, and I can't even see another player outside of potentially, let's say, Solanke and Kudus. I don't see another player that can get me 10 goals. I don't. Maddison's not around, so he's not going to do it. Kulusevski's not around for the first 4 or 5 months, so he's not going to do it. I don't see any of these players getting me 10 goals. Now, I like Odegaard. Big fan of him. But for him to be our main option going in onto that left wing into the season in the Champions League, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. And we can't afford to be doing that as Spurs at this season. Thomas Frank has taken a real shine to him. That's fine. I'm glad Thomas Frank is. And hopefully across the season, he gets a lot of minutes off the bench. And there's going to be a lot of games for him to start. Could start in the Premier League some games. You know, you play our main forward in the Champions League, start him on the weekend in the Prem. I'm fine by that. But just having him and Tell as our left wing options is not good enough. It's not good enough, Spurs. This is not acceptable. Now, this, for them saying that unless another attacker leaves, we know that Richarlison's up for sale. So Richarlison's likely going to leave. But then my problem will be is if Richarlison leaves, we just sign a striker and then we're not signing that. Like, that's the issue. Spurs need a striker, left winger, and a 10. We spoke about this on the show with Saba as well as with Ash and Marlon yesterday. We're not going to sign all 3 of those. So where do we need to prioritize? Probably striker and 10. Now, if we go bring in a top number 10, then I'm fine with us bringing in somebody who can compete a striker and not doing a left winger. But it needs to be balanced. There's no reason why we can't go get a cheaper left. I didn't even say a cheaper left winger. It's got to be one or the other in it. You go cheaper in one of the positions so you can go heavy in another. Me personally, I'd go heavy on a 10, heavy on a striker, louder left winger. If that's the case. Now, I know we need a left winger. I'm not saying we don't need one. But if I have to choose one of the positions, I think 10 is where we're weakest. Striker is where we're second weakest. Tell's not good. Tell's not a striker for me. I don't even view Tell as a striker. So we need to go out there and get somebody else that can compete. Johan Wissel would be that guy, but it don't look like he wants. Don't look like Spurs want him, and it don't look like he wants Spurs. So yeah, man. Oi, Jords, you gotta do that accent again to promote your channel. Join the Royal Navy. Join the delinquents. Join the descendants. Do your job now. Big up to KC in the book. I can't believe that KC's not even a mod. I can't believe it that KC's not even a mod. That's crazy stuff, you know. It's crazy work that I've not even noticed that KC's not a mod all this whole time. It's madness. It's madness. I got KC, we patterned you up. You gotta have an SIA badge when you walk in the building because people think that you ain't a. Me and KC go way back, man. Me and KC go back. Been doing shows with KC for a few years, man. So Big up to KC every single time. Yeah, rejected bid, man. Rejected bid. And what has come out since then? I've just seen a report. I've got so many tabs open, so just bear with me, people. Like, the Twitter tabs is mad right now. I've got like 10 Twitter tabs open to try to keep up with all the different news that's coming now. See, this is why I had some confusion regarding this Real Madrid stuff. This is why I had some confusion. So it's not me and my knowledge. It's just a confusing deal. Real Madrid have the option to match any offers for Nico Paz or take 50% of his transfer value. So my understanding was that Como owned 50% of the player, but they got him on loan last year, but then he's staying at Como. So I think they've got him permanently. But then with that move in mind, they can match any offer for any club that comes in for him. Or when you do come in for him, they're going to take half the fee. So that's why Como are commanding a 70 million euro fee or somewhat of that, because they're only going to be getting 35 themselves. So Real Madrid are taking half of that fee. Just like when we saw Alvaro Carreras gone to Real Madrid, Man United are taking about 40% of that fee. So these clubs are inflating the prices. These sell-on clauses just messing up the transfer, bro. They're just messing up the whole transfer thing. Too many sell-on clauses between too many players. So we're all finding this out way too many years later. And it's just like, yo, what can you do here? What can you do here? But I'll be honest, I don't see this deal happening. I don't see Spurs going in back for another bid. I'll probably see this coming out and saying Spurs didn't even bid for him. That's what will probably come out in the next couple of hours, whether it's Fabrizio, whether it's Ben Jacobs. Someone's going to come out and say Spurs are interested, or Spurs have been quiet, but they've not made a bid. That's what's going to come out. Sack of water bottle, yeah. I can't even lie. Sack of water is the best water. This water is the best water. If you don't know, you need to get to know. Do you see this? The pH and the alkaline? It's good for you, innit? So make sure drinking any water, you're drinking the sack of water. You got to. I can't lie. Big up, Jords. Hope you're good, G. Big up to my guy, Godfrey. Member in the yard. You know them one's there. The members are there. Well, let me just catch up. I know I'm way behind the chat. I'm like 15 minutes behind. I'm on 12:50 right now. It's madness. Bro, it's a joke. It's actually a joke. I'm definitely gonna grab your ears now, Jords. Now, this is a cheat code. This is a cheat code because you're a female, and I don't hit females. I'm not that type of guy. I never would be. So you'd get away with it, but we'd have some very strong words come up. I might have to pick you up by your ears. That's what might actually happen. Might have to use your ears, show you how to lift the trophy because your team ain't done one in so long. You know them ones there. This is how you lift the trophy. I use your ears to show you that. You know, this is to show you one of them ones. Like you don't even know how to lift the trophy, Karma. It's been so long. Let's be real. Yeah, it's been so long. You might not even know how to lift the trophy. But Rabbi, you're not listening to your rubbish. Oh, big up Jords in the chat. Big up to my guy J Spurs. Those links better cool down. I can't lie. They better, bro. They better. Hey, George, do the comparison on Morgan Gibbs White, Khanouss, and Nico Paz. You ain't gonna be surprised. Do you know what? We'll do that. We'll do that. Big up to Raf. We'll do that. That won't even take a second to run up. Let's do that. I know I love a comparison. You guys have started to love the comparison, so we're gonna run up a comparison. Let's get the data MB up. Let's get the data MB up, people. Let's run this comparison up because I mean. It's very interesting to see how similar all these players are and the type of profile. Like you can tell that Spurs are pushing ahead with this data-led model. They really are pushing ahead with this data-led model. And I suppose it's going to show here when you look at all the types of players and what we actually want in our team, and that is ball carriers. Spurs need a ball carrier. Now I'm of the thought that we need a ball progressor and someone that can break the lines with the play, but quite clearly. Thomas Frank wants a ball carrier. So when you're looking at all three of these players, I think it's clear to see Khanouss is he's the inferior one of the three, but his carrying actually was better than of the three. Of the three, Khanouss is the best progressor of the ball through carrying it, but only slightly. The one thing I think we can take into consideration that's key here is Khanouss is about half, if not a third, of the price of both of these. At least half. Nico Paz, as we saw, 70 million euros, which is about 60 million pounds. El Khanouss is 20. Morgan Gibbs White, 60 million pounds. El Khanouss is 20. So he's a third. Yeah, he's a third of their fees. So going to get El Khanouss might not be a bad option. And just off the back of the El Khanouss news, or off the back of this little comparison, we can see here that this was reported as well by the Times today that Bilal El Khanouss is an attacking midfield option being monitored by Tottenham, a player that Spurs want, a player that we've been in for. And to be fair, a few teams have been in for, but if we go for him, getting a deal done won't even be a question. It won't even be a question. But just taking it back to this comparison, just so we can look at how Morgan Gibbs White does compare to the players as well. On the defensive duel side of things, again, El Khanouss loves to get it down and dirty in the duel percentages. You can see here just a little bit better than the other ones. He's 37.2 as opposed to the 8.9 and 16 of Morgan Gibbs White. Possession 1, Nico Paz seems to be the best player at winning back possession. Sorry, I should have zoomed that in slightly more because I couldn't even see that on that screen. I don't know how you guys could have. Then obviously in the forward passes, Morgan Gibbs White does have a little bit higher again on the forward passes. Key passes, he is higher. Now, Morgan Gibbs White is 25 as opposed to 20 and 21. So we're talking about a player that's approaching his prime against two players that are literally at the start of their careers. So if we're looking at the options here, you can see why Spurs went for Morgan Gibbs White. But now you can also see why these two players are the other ones being considered by Spurs, and they're the other ones that we're looking at. So can't lie. Who do you guys prefer? Who would you guys want? Nico Paz or Bilal El Khanouss? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys are saying. But big up to KJ, says, I hear it, Jords, my bro. LOL surprise. You know what's mad? I've got a bunch of that shit in the yard, bro. It's mad. Every other day I've got to play LOL surprise, bro. I know exactly what you're dealing with. That's like the brats of nowadays, fam. It's mad, KG. Khanouss could be cold, but Son just left. We need to sit, bro. That's how I'm in. We need somebody serious right now. Nico Spastic. That's crazy. Man said we need better. Man, I ain't rating him. It's mad. It's actually so dark. What are we doing? What do you think we're doing, man? How do you feel about it? But wait until Ali Gold comes in and bins this off and saying this. That's exactly what I've said. Exactly what I said. Now I'm gonna skip some of the chat because I'm so far behind. I need to catch up to you guys. So I'm still on I'm on 12:58, bruv. It's dark. I'm like 15 minutes behind. So sorry to anybody that's answering my questions that I'm putting in now, but it's only I ain't even got around to it. We need to get the likes up, though. We definitely need to get the likes up. We're on 62 right now. Let's try and get this up to 100. 38 likes away. We got plenty of time, but make sure you're smashing like on the video. Jords, I rate Nico Paz. 70 million is steep, though, mate. He's not had enough proven years to spend 70 million on. Yeah, no doubt about that. He definitely hasn't proven enough yet, but he's a good player. 300k a week, though. Who's commanding 300k a week? That's definitely not Nico Paz. That's definitely not. Who are we talking about here? That's Cap. I've seen United sign 3 attackers and sell no one for real. George, our club isn't serious. We're starting the season without 65 GA from 3 players last year. No Matters, no Decky, and no Son. Madness. Mad. I didn't even deep that. Caleb, bro, you've given me my new thing to go into. If you hear me say this on bare shows, Caleb, I'll give you your credit in it. I'll give you your credit, but you're going to hear me rinse and repeat this one. 65 GA missing from last season. We got none of those. Bro. Nah. Don't even get me started. I'm already mad as it is. What a surprise that Nico Paz news literally comes out about an hour after Madders confirmed ACL. Just seems DiMarzio is probably spreading one of his false bid news against DiMarzio is shit. Yeah, DiMarzio is rubbish. DiMarzio was popping 3 years ago when we had Paratici in his first season, and it was like, and even then, DiMarzio was getting bare stuff wrong. I feel like DiMarzio, because he's been rubbed for a while now, man, they dash news at him that they don't really feel believable. So they'll just be like, yeah, Spurs made a bid. We were inquired, but you're going to throw out a bid in there and just try and make it seem like it's nice so you can get some clicks and stuff. But DiMarzio has been washed, man. DiMarzio has been washed. But we are not using that £60 million that we bid on. We knew that. We knew that, Caleb, man. Spurs were never going to use that £60 million that we had. We were never going to use that. We were never going to use that. Believe you me, we did not bid for Paz Not only Como won't sell, Madrid have matching rights and a buyback clause. Yeah, it's mad. It's actually mad. Big up to my guy SB. You know, is make sure you guys are tuning into the catch up, supporting the man, them trying to be on their growth journey. You know, one of them ones. If someone can drop their link in and chat, you know, help the man them grow. We're all here for it. Don't be afraid to do that yourself, catch. In fact, man, promo yourself. SB, sorry, don't promo yourself. Let's get trying to get all the man them growing. I'm on my road to 4K. They're on their road to 1K. Let's bring all the man them up, man. Let's bring everybody up this season. It's all about growth. It's all about working together. And I need you guys' support. I ain't gonna lie. I can't get to 4K without you, man. So I need you guys to keep running this up, keep showing your love. It's much appreciated, man. But that guy Streets, big up Jords. Madison out for the season. Crazy. You know, I actually haven't gone to the Madison news. So let me get that Madison news up. For those of you who don't actually know what was released about an hour ago. But Fabrizio Romano did release this to say James Maddison will be out 6 or 7 months. First of all, forget Fabrizio Romano. Sammy Mockbell broke it, saying that he suffered an ACL injury and requires surgery. And we did also see this. Where is it? No, it's here. No, it's not there. Too many tabs, people. Too many tabs. Look, I'm going to get this up. I'm going to find it. Don't worry. Don't you worry. We did see this. We saw this. So this was the early indication to let us know that this guy he's in a knee brace. He's in a knee brace. You can see here, they left Sonny's seat empty. You know, shout out to Sonny, shout out to Ben, man. Him and Sonny had that proper relationship, man. You could tell that they were close. Who's that sleeping? Is that Basuma? Yeah. This is why Basuma's a bum, bro. Man's just sleeping. The only guy sleeping, but he's knocked out, slumped out. Yeah. Man like Balloon Dior himself. But Madison's in the knee brace. So when you saw that, it was very clear to see Madison is not looking good. It's not looking good for Madison. It's not looking good. Sorry, I did just see this. Mr. Udang. I'll slap this in there for you just so we can have that little comparison to see. And again, literally, these players are the exact same archetype. You look at Haraldson, he fits in perfectly for what we need there. The thing with Haraldson, I know when I done my research, Udang, this is what you need to tell me, yeah. Because when I looked into the Haraldson, I was under the impression that he's more of a winger than he is a number, like more of a winger. That is it. He's more of a winger than he is an attacking midfielder. Now, obviously, I know he's played all these different positions, but you tell me because you've actually watched him closely. I've only done the research. My research only tells me so much. But I had from the research, looking from what was said in reports, it seemed like he was more of a winger. But again, very, very good player. When we talk about carries, he's the best ball carrier of all three of these. Players, he's the best at that. So no doubt that he would definitely be a major improvement on what we got. We did also see this for the people, you know, that say they want Harvey Elliott. Spurs are not pursuing Harvey Elliott. We're not pursuing Harvey Elliott. I'm so glad. Thank the Lord. But we are not pursuing Harvey Elliott no more, man. We don't need that player. We really don't. But smash the likes, people. Smash the likes, as Udang says there. Eyes are useful when scouting players. Facts. Eyes are definitely useful. Spurs want a ball carrier. Yeah, that's clear to see, Sam, man. When did it become Franks don't make it cringe? But fair enough. I want to see Bergvall on the 10. I don't think Bergvall's a 10, Sam. I'll be honest. I don't think Bergvall is a 10. When you watch him play last season, and as we see him grow into the team, grow into the performance more, it was clear to see that Bergvall was not a player that thrives in. He has moments in the final third, but he's an all-encompassing midfielder, number 8, box to box, deep line. I feel like he still needs to be molded into whether he's going to be a box to box or a deep line playmaker or a ball progressor from that 8 position. But he's definitely an 8 for me. Definitely an 8. Like his all-round game is so good that I don't think you want to limit him and limit his performance by just shifting him in the 10 and pushing him away from the defense, from picking up the ball a little bit deeper. I got Mbeumo and Cunha, Jords. I don't want either. Well, that's nice to hear, Twisted. It is nice to hear, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Yeah, I don't think that's the case for us. Sorry, I don't think that's the case for us. We can't turn up our nose at these players. You can. We can't. You're spending big money. We ain't. Dejan Kulusevski is expected to miss the first month of the season. I think we all knew this. We've not seen Kulusevski involved in any of the preseason thus far. I've always predicted that he'll be back around October to November, and I still think that'll be the case. He'll probably join training and be fully involved. I think he'll be fully involved in the team maybe at the end of this month, maybe start of September. Take a few weeks to get back to full fitness, and then in October we'll probably start seeing him play a role into the team. But until then, we need a 10. We need a 10. Check out Lazar Samardzic from Atlanta. I can add him to the. If you want him to add me, I can add him to the data. Can't obviously check him out during the stream, but I'll have a look at him more in depth off away from the stream. I'll do some research on the player. But let's just see Samar. There we go. Again, you could say very, very similar. You can see all these players are very similar, innit? He's obviously played a lot less minutes. Now, I'd have to look into why. I would imagine it's because of an injury. Samardzic. Let's just go check. I would imagine it's because of an injury, because he is 23. He's not that young. Probably should be playing full minutes. But I'm not gonna make an assumption. Let's just quickly check this. We're looking. We're gonna confirm. Was it an injury or was it because he wasn't? It's because he was sat on the bench. Bro, we can't be signing these players. He's a bench player for Atlanta. Come on, bro. This guy, for the last 10 games, missed 5 of them. He was on the bench, wasn't even appearing. And most of those games, they won. It's dark. You can't be sending me players that are sitting on the bench for Atlanta and telling me that he should start for us. Can't be doing that, Eddies. That's mad. But Ange had to go without GA last season, but no Ange hater noticed that under Frank, they be seeing every injury to sympathize for Frank. I don't even know what that means. Big up to you though, Sam. Ridwan, Harry Kane hat-trick today. Bro, where's everyone? Did everybody else have this vision that I didn't have? Harry Kane hat-trick, like, what are we doing here? That's not happening. This definitely can't happen. But realistic upgrades, Xavi, Simmons, Rodrigo, and Vlah. Is really realistic upgrades. You guys trolling, man. Man, I'm really trolling, bro. Like, how have you put Xavi, Simmons, and Rodrigo in a realistic upgrades on top of the fact that they're gonna cost 140 million pounds together? So you think Spurs are spending 140 million pounds on 2 players when we're all out here struggling to spend? We don't even know if we're going to get the Khanouss deal done, bro. We're probably going to try and negotiate under his release clause. That's what's probably happening. As Deji would say, our club, my club, it's finished. It's fucking cursed, bro. We're cursed. But Como are attempting to remove the clause that Real Madrid have for Nico Paz. Real Madrid are entitled to match any bid that Como accept for the midfielder or earn 50% of the fee they receive. Yeah, I was understanding that they've been trying to get out of that deal, but they won't. Como wants 70 million euro for the player, but THFC will have to reach 60 million to even begin negotiating with Como for the player. Bro, I feel like you must have typed it twice. Yeah, you've typed it twice. That's why it's thrown me off. How? Yeah, it's definitely not. This is the thing, yeah. Damsgaard's a good option, SB. 100% Damsgaard's a good option. People keep telling me he should play. or we should go in for him. But they're not gonna sell it, bro. I'm not in the like. I'm not one of these guys that on a transfer. Obviously, I like to be sold a dream every now and then. I don't mind thinking I'm gonna get a player that we can't. But with this one, it's just pointless because for one, it's not a player that I'm like massively want. But two, they didn't want it. They're so against getting rid of Vissar. He's having to hand in the transfer request to maneuver and get away from them. It's so clear to see that they're not going to want Damsgaard to leave. And if they do, they're going to command again 50 to 60 million, which I'm not spending on Damsgaard. And it's funny because I know, I've been knowing about Damsgaard from his days at. Now, I feel like I might get this wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna say Atlanta. But I feel like he didn't play for Atlanta. But I remember when he was in the Serie A a few seasons ago, before he made the move to Brentford. That's it, Sampdoria. I knew it was Serie A, but I knew about him because Spurs were interested in him from them when he was like 21, 22. And he was supposed to be the next Eriksen. And he's been pretty good, isn't it? Let me not lie, but I'll be real. Not a player that I want. Not a player that's on my radar and not a player that I'm willing to spend 50, 60 million pounds on. I'd rather go for Nico Paz if that's the case. So, yeah, I'd move on from that one if I'm honest. But yeah, he plays in all the forward positions, but he's great as a 10. Yeah, I thought so, Mr. Udang. Monaco's Magnus Alacuche has been scouted by Tottenham, but it is unclear whether he's an active target for the club. I did also see something regarding Alacuche because I saw... Big up to my guy, Forest Fan TV, but he's out here trying to get a move for Alacuche as well because I saw him tweet off another team. There was another team that are in for Alacuche. This is what I see. And obviously I saw Wolfie sharing it, telling his team to go get them. But it's been clear to see here that, look, he remains a target for Bayern Leverkusen and sits top of the list for a new higher class winger. Talks between Leverkusen and his camp are ongoing. Alacuche has also been approved by Ten Hag. There's hope a deal can be done for 50 million euros. Leverkusen are working on it. So, can't lie. I don't know enough about Alacuche. I don't. But if people are telling me that he's the player that we need to go for, then shit. If he's an upgrade on Telon Odebert, bring him in. If he's an upgrade on Telon Odebert, bring him in. But again, I'm not going to lie. I need goal scorers. So if I look at him and I see the goals ain't goaling right now, then I'm going to just say he's not good enough. And that's not me saying he's not a good enough player. Not good enough what we need right now. Spurs need goal scoring wingers. I need players that are putting the ball in the back of the net. I don't need 5 goals in a season, which is, to be fair, you got 5 in the league, 7 in all comps, 10 assists. It's all right. It's all right. All good numbers. Now, he's probably a really good winger. So I'm not actually going to sit here and deny that fact, innit? But again, I just have to remain and I need to double down on it. We need goal scorers. We need goal scorers. So we can't keep looking at these younger profile players that are going to be improving our team, but they're not going to score goals. I need some proven goal scorers. That's just how I am, though. That's how I'm looking at it. But he ain't Ange profiled him into some box to box. Yeah, I want to see him in the 10. Fairs, bro. I hear you. Use the cards you're dealt. I think we got to sign new players. I don't think we got to use the cards we dealt. We got to go out there and get some new cards, fam. But by the way, do you watch South Park? Just watch the latest one. It's amazing. So random. Big up to you, my bro. I don't watch it anymore, innit? But it's funny, you know. Fuck you, Kenny. Back in the day, innit? Oh no, it's fuck you, Kyle. But yeah, man, definitely back in the day, not now. What's the point in Frank if he ain't working with what he has? Because when he don't have these players, it's gonna hit him hard. What I can tell Samuel, sound like an Ange sympathizer. Maybe you need to get out of Ange's batty cheeks and stop using the same arguments that we had for Ange last season against Frank. We haven't even started the season and you're trying to cook Frank and do, he needs to use the players he's got. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. Do you not want to improve? Or do you want to make your point? And this is what's so funny about the Ange in contingent. It's like all now, they're all still trying to make their point. Go, Ange has to coach players. Ange has to coach players. Do you not want Spurs to improve or not, fam? Do you care that much about Ange that you don't want our team to get fucking better? You want to prove your point? Like, we need to grow up. I want Spurs to improve. Don't care about Ange 2 months down the line. You man are moving like you break up with your ex and you're thinking about it for 3, 4, 5 months. If you're doing that, then you're a loser. You're a loser. Move on. Do better with your life. Newer, bigger, better pastures. That's what we're on. I'm on to Champions League football. I'm on to Mohamed Kudus. Big players, Paulinho. I think I care about fucking Ange now. We're really in August and people are talking about Ange. Like, grow up, man. Grow up, people. Like, what are we doing here? Ange fucking Postecoglou. 2 months later, people still want to have the conversation about, Frank needs to coach his players. But Frank needs to go out there and make these players better. Use the tools you got. Ange had to use his tools last year. Ange had to use his tools with all the injuries. I don't care about the injuries. I don't care about last season. It was terrible last year. I don't want to have another season like that. So what do? Go out there and sign better players. Not coach the ones that we currently got that didn't help us that much last season. The players that took us from fucking 5th to 17th. Like, we need to think, people. Stop trying to be right. Put your agendas to the side. We want Tottenham to be good. We want Tottenham to have the best players possible to put us in the best position to perform next season. We can't do that. We can't do that. We're focusing on fucking last year so much. Please. But come on, Tottenham, talk Tottenham till I die. Good show, mate. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, my bro. Are you doing a list of 10 options? Can you tell us who you have in it already? We've gone through some of the 10 options. If you want me to do a personal list, I'll be real. Most of my personal options have been picked up more throughout this window, fam. We're in August now. Most of the players have been picked up. I now have to actually, and the thing is, it's not like we're mid-season that I can go start watching games and seeing what players. Oh, let me go watch that league. We're in pre-season, so I can't even do that much live in right now scouting. So I can only go off what other people are saying, scouting reports, looking at data. That's all we can go off. And I need to do a whole nother search because it looks like, I'll be real, every one of the players that I've been wanting, the players that I've looked at, they've all been picked up. They've all been picked up. And I feel like every time we actually get interested in a good player, they always get shut right back down. And Spurs are going to end up ending with some dead cam that I know that we're not going to rate. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. But to talk about my listing, what other players? I'm trying to think now. Do you know? I'm actually trying to think now. What other players we could go in for? What other players could we go in for in that 10? It's a good question. You're not lying. It is a good question. I'm trying to quickly think. I'm trying to think of some. Bro, we've obviously spoke about Khanouss. We spoke about Enzo Milo's not available. We've spoken about Nico Paz. We've spoken about we spoke about obviously Harvey Elliott and how we don't want him to come. I don't even know. I actually don't even know. I'll be real. Damsgaard's an option, but again, don't think that's the one we need. We talk about some other players. I don't even know, people. I'll be honest. I gotta do some more research. My mind's so blank trying to think of 10s, and obviously it's because I think I'm in so much data that I'm only thinking of the right now, the ones that I can think of. But I'll do some more research and we'll come back with that one. D. White Howard though. Good question though. Good question. If we're 20 million off the mark, Paz only comes through on deadline day when Levy says fuck it. We're 30 million off the mark. That's the thing. Or 20 million pounds, yeah, in and around that. Break the bank and go get it done, man. That's the thing. Okay, KJ's still trying to convince us that Rodrigo's still possible. It's not happening, man. It's not happening, bro. The concentration levels are extreme. Bro, SP, they've been extremely low from this morning, bro. D's concentration was mad low in the morning, but now KJ, maybe you need that orange juice with the extra concentrate. I think you need that orange juice, bro, because it's way too low right now. Way too low. Damsgaard is a Brentford level player. That's a fair point. SB, he'll pick us two over Spurs, but Spurs are way more interested in Rodrigo than you, man. That's a good point, but I don't think he's gonna come. Julian Alvarez was gettable, the one who used to play for Man City, now Atletico Madrid. He'd be class to replace Maddison as a 10 and a striker. Yes, Sonny J, you're not lying. Julian Alvarez would absolutely be an important and a massive improvement to our team, but he's not available. Atletico Madrid consider him as unsellable asset. Amen, not gonna lie, I'm starting to reconsider my excitement for this season. I just hope that we manage to do something magical against PSG to not get battered. Yeah, you're not the only one, Amen. I think a lot of us are revoking that excitement we had just over a month ago. So it's one of those ones. We're just looking. We're just looking. It's looking bleak. It's looking real bleak. But it's a tier 1 source for Liverpool that's reporting that Rodrigo Spurs links. Fairs. I actually haven't seen those. I actually haven't seen no tier 1 source say it. Now, if you're talking about Paul Joyce, I know he's considered tier 1 to some extent, but I don't think it'll be reliable stuff. I'll be honest. I don't think it's reliable stuff coming out. Woo! Yo! Hey, what's going on? Hey, yo! Hey, we gotta see this. This is madness. This is madness. I'm seeing. Whoa. Let's just turn the noise off, yeah. We'll see. I don't know which one's Nico Paz, innit? I don't know which one's Nico Paz. But these men are throwing bangs. We need some of these players in our team. We had too many pussios last season. Yo, watch this. Bang. Bang, bang. Hey, the man slapped each other like a bitch. Yo. Then look, my man come in with the bangs. Hey, these men are scrapping it off, you know. Hey, these men are scrapping it off. I can't believe what I was seeing. They were throwing hands. Hey, they were throwing hands, bro. Shit. Man are throwing. Hey, you're getting mad. These men were throwing hands, fam. These men were really throwing hands like they take no prisoners. You know one of them ones. Take no prisoners. Hey, big up to my guys. Pass. Hayajin. With a super chat. Khanouss kit on my back. Durag on. It's a match day. Yes, it is a match day, and I'm glad you mentioned this because we're gonna get into the match day lineups. Who should Spurs put in that lineup? Who do I think? How do we build the team into this game? Because I'll be real, this game's our biggest game of the friendly preseason in order to prepare ourselves for this PSG game. So we're gonna build a lineup together. Let me get over to. I'm gonna catch up with the chat because I know I'm still behind. I'm still a couple minutes behind. So we're gonna catch up. We're gonna catch up to the chat. So let me catch up and then we'll build a lineup. We're gonna build a lineup. Yo, Georgie, what's good? Are you talking about the banks? Marca, I want tier 1 in Spain. Also talking about Rodrigo transfer news live on X post. Marca, they're not tier 1, man. Marca can have tier 1 news, but they're not tier 1. Like they're bait, but they're not tier 1, bro. Facts. That's the thing, bro. Their sources are right. They're like their sources just throw out sun. Just think of the sun, bro. Think of the sun. Someone tackled Bellerin on the dark. Have some. Why would I have shame? What do I need to have shame for? But can the ops help build a lineup? Yeah, of course. If you got some good points, everyone can help me build a lineup. It's obviously only a friendly, so Arsenal fans, it's only a friendly. It's only a friendly. Yeah? So don't take it personal when you lose. Just a friendly. But let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen. So, big up to Mr. Udeng for sharing this. Another shit source of news exclusive with Graham Bailey. Tottenham have held fresh talks with this week. I'll be real. Graham Bailey is one of the worst sources. I know that throughout this window, you have to remember, I've followed transfer windows for years, so I know which one's a good source and which one's a bad. But with me following it a lot more closer and actually speaking about it, look into links a lot more this summer with me having to actually talk about it, putting my reputation on the line when I'm saying some of these things might or may not happen. When I always tell you guys, I'm not a journalist, I'm just a reporter. Yeah, I just report the news that's out there. I'm not a journal. I'm not an ITK. But some of these guys you're starting to realize are huge frauds. One of those is Graham Bailey, because my man is just an absolute fraud. Like, he just says things. He just says things for the sake of saying things. But look, we got a 4-3-3. And I think it's only right. We start off with the goalkeeper. Bro, the adverts on this fucking page are so annoying. Like, why so many ads? Why so many? We're going to go Vicario in goal. I think this one's only right and it chooses itself. I think we need to go over a really strong team today. I want to go over a strong team and I want to see. So you could do some experiments, but I need to see a really strong team today. Twisted Fate, if you was here at the start of the show, I went into all of that stuff right at the start. So unfortunately, I can't answer it now because everybody here has literally heard me talk about it. So I don't want to repeat myself and say everything that I did say. But if you were right into the start of the show, like 5-10 minutes in, that was the first thing we spoke about before any of the Tottenham news was all about thing, man. But big up to Ryan coming in from the Twitch. How you multi-streaming? That's what we do. We're on the Twitch, we're on the YouTube. We multi-streaming now. How can look, it's in it. You can see it right below me. Yeah. Down there, the Twitch. We're gonna get live on the TikTok soon. I was trying to figure that one out all the other day, and it just seems like TikTok are not letting these things go on right now. I don't know, but we'll get it. But also, Twisted, we did speak about it on Saeed as well, midday live, but we'll touch on it a bit more another time. No doubt. If you ask me in one of my next streams, 100%, we could talk about it. But just back onto the lineup. Gonna go Pedro Porro on the right. I think it's only right. We got our most creative player right now in the team. I can't lie. Now, this is where I'm gonna make some slight changes because we spoke about this yesterday with Ash and Marlon, and I want to see us start to experiment. And I need to see some experiments, especially with Maddison out. We need to try to find ways to have some more creativity in the team. And that is, for me, the way you do that is by having Pedro Porro slightly forward. You have him operate in, you know, when we build a team, I'll go through what I mean with the tactics, with the team choices, and you'll understand. So I've got Danso here next to Romero. I've got Danso next to Romero. And then Van der Ven at left back. Now, we're experimenting. I feel like there needs to be some type of experiment, at least if we're going to start the game with this one. And you need to try it against a good team. I think it'll be 45 each for Vic. Yeah, it could be. It could be. But Vic is our first teamer. No doubt. You got Jed at left back. I hear you. I do hear you, bro. I hear. And I think Jed is going to be playing. Yeah, I think Jed is going to be playing, but I don't know if he's going to be playing the full game. So I'm going with the team I want to start. Jed will definitely get minutes. But big up to you, Ryan. It says been active on the YouTube live since 2030 views. Not you hitting 200 like nothing now. Nice. Big up to you, Ryan. My man's been here from the start. We're a year into the journey. We're coming up to a year into the journey. So I appreciate you big time, man. Checking in on the Twitch now, not on the YouTube, but regardless, appreciate you, my bro. We're trying. Want to roll to 4K, innit? We're going up. We're trying to do new things, innit? So I appreciate you. Facts. See, Mr. Udang the Scout, he's on where I'm at. And look, let me tell you why. Let me explain why we want this. Because in a defense, you can go with a flat back four, but more importantly, you've got a more defensive. And to be fair, with the way that we play, with a more of a mid to / low block at times and playing in the transition, Vicario is not covering as much ground as he was under Ange. We don't need somebody to run back 40 yards to save us every time. We don't need that. So when you're looking at how we can set up and how we can get the best out of Van der Ven, it might be on that left back space where he can do an up and down role, but more importantly, he can tuck in as being a first centre back and we can go to a back three. If you have Pedro Porro push up into these wider areas on the ball, then you can have Danso move across, Romero as the centre back, and then you got Van der Ven on the left side. You can even swap Romero and Danso and have it like this if you want, and have Danso in the center somewhere. I think Romero is probably better for that position, I'll be honest, because he played that for Atlanta. He was in the center. But this is how you could set up. You can have Pedro Porro here, and then obviously in the midfield, I can't lie, I'm ready to see him play straight away. I want to see him get some minutes. I want to see him start. He's playing against Bayern Munich. That's the team he's familiar with. You get Paulinho dropping into the 6. He's going to sit here for majority of the game anyway. He's going to be sat right there in front. And then in the midfield, joining him for me, you're going to go, again, I'm going with my strongest team. I think we have to prepare with our strongest team. And that's going to be Bentancur next to him in the midfield. So you got Bentancur slightly ahead. And then you also have, who I think probably has been our best player in pre-season. You got to go with man like Pat Matasar. So when I'm looking at this defensive midfield, you could set up a formation that looks like this. It looks somewhat like this. You could, now if you want to be a bit more like Ange, you could innovate. You could have it more so Pedro Porro inverts. Pedro Porro inverts to some extent. You've now got 2 defensive midfielders, and then you've got the players here. But because I think Bentancur is going to be doing an up and down role and won't be as slightly forward, it'll probably look more like this. I would probably say for me, Pedro Porro get that space to run down and up when we're on the ball, tuck in here, but have that back three covering for the space. So no, I understand people don't want the inverted fullbacks. I know I don't want full inverted fullbacks. I'm not making up foot formations, people. I'm talking about. Eamon knows what I'm talking about. This is exactly what Mourinho done. If you watch Tottenham's Mourinho team, you would know that we had Sissoko playing right back a lot of the time. But when Sissoko would play right back, Sissoko's the player that's running forward, and you had Ben Davies tucking in. So he was never really right back. He was more of a right winger / central midfielder, because he would come in and pick up the ball in this space, but take up a lot of this area. And his Pedro Porro, or I should say, heat map ideally would literally be here. This would be his heat map, just all down this right side, all encompassing, whilst the centre backs don't have to push so much forward. So I'm not creating formations. This is just on the ball, people. This is how you would look on the ball, having a flat back three, having Pedro Porro push up. Now, let's just put these players back into their positions and then go forward to that forward line. The midfield is going to stay like that because that's just how the midfield is going to be. Papsar is probably going to be in the 10. Don't think that he is the 10, but it'd be more of an 8 just covering the ground in behind the 10. Obviously, on the right wing, I think this goes without saying. Man like Khanouss going to be on the right side. Like we saw in the report earlier, I think the guy that's been our best performer from last season on that wing has been Odobert. So you get Odobert on the right-hand side, and then I think if the striker position is where we have a lot of questions. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Richarlison. Solanke's not ready. You go with Tel. That's it. You got to go with Tel up top. This will be my team. This will be my team. This will be my team. This would be my team, people. Let me know what you guys think. But this would be my team. I'll be honest. But if Khanouss is ahead of Porro, he won't be running down the line. That's the thing, though. That's where I was coming from, RMA. And that's why I said he might invert a little bit more, or he might have to just play on the overlap. But Khanouss is a guy that likes to work that line. He doesn't really need somebody overlapping, but you can have somebody underlapping. That's the thing. Like, you don't like players to invert, and some people don't like the inversions, but sometimes you can't always overlap. You have a player coming in and running into this position or waiting over here for the ball. So Khanouss has got someone to bounce it off. You got a 1-2, because there's a lot of times you're going to see Khanouss mainly pick up the ball in these wide areas, along the touchline, high and wide. That's what Frank done with Mbomo for a lot of the season. So if Khanouss is picking up the ball over here, he's going to need somebody to bounce the ball off when he gets into a 1v2 or 1v1 situation sometimes. So if he gets it over here, you've got Pedro Porro inverting. He can come in and pick the ball up here. Maybe, and we know Pedro Porro likes a shot, can come in and put a cross from here, can shoot, but also play that 1-2. So if he does want to do a 1-2 over here, Khanouss can pick the ball up back up over here. So it's options, isn't it? It's just creating solutions for our creative problem, because we are missing a creative player. Pedro Porro is the best passer of the ball in our team. I would probably go to say that he's the best creator in our team. And him being that from right back is a concern. But more than anything, you just got to make the most of his on-the-ball ability. We got to make the most of his on-the-ball ability. And I think it would be best to do that by playing him the way that I'm saying. But yes, look, it's fine. It's come out from Ryan Taylor Sports saying that Tottenham sources deny that a bid has been lodged for Nico Paz. Exactly what we thought would happen. Exactly what we thought would happen. But Gerard Hayter is Chelsea's 49th signing in the last 4 years. For context, 49 signings ago, Tottenham was... Bro, do you know what's mad? I would say that Spurs are in a very similar position where he was when we sold Bale, yeah? We need a player like Nasir Chadli right now. Nasir Chadli was one of the most underrated Tottenham players of the last 15 or so years. So underrated. I can't even lie. Because after he left Spurs, he went West Brom and went to a few of these other teams where he weren't good, yeah? But that season where he played a lot, when he played bare games, 2014 to 15, I think that was a season under Pochettino. Was it under Pochettino? Was that under Pochettino? I'm pretty sure it was Tim Sherwood's year. That was Tim Sherwood's year. He got phased out under Pochettino. Tim Sherwood's season, I'm pretty sure. You correct me if I'm wrong. But Nasir Chadli was bagging goals, bro. Nasir Chadli was really out here bagging goals. Like, he was a problem for us in that point. So, I can't even lie. Bring me a player like Nasir Chadli again. Like, that's what I mean by goal scorers. You don't need a top player all the time. Sometimes you just need somebody that knows how to do the job. Somebody knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. Nasir Chadli was doing that, bro. Nasir Chadli was that guy. But that's cool. You got other platforms linked. I haven't noticed many other Spurs YouTubers do that, and that's what it is, Archer, man. I'm just trying to diversify myself. Overall. Trying to make the most of all the different platforms that we have, man. Like, maybe I might start kicking up on Kick as well. I might have to launch a Kick. We'll be on Twitch and Kick. And Rumble as well. Fuck it. We'll be on all platforms. We're going to be on all platforms. But let me just catch up with the chat. Warren has already said he's waiting for Liverpool next summer. I doubt that. Jords, yo, big up to my guy G. I hope you're well, my bro. What happened to Victor Gyökeres yesterday? I'm not even on the cooking Gyökeres stuff yet. I'll cook him in the season, but right now it's only pre-season, man. I think it's way too early. And Raf, yeah, I think that's the report that I see regarding the Nico Paz stuff. Definitely, like, it was always going to happen. Everything he's saying doesn't help the team. I'm not overthinking. You're telling me that I'm waffling, but I'm telling you tactics and formations. If you don't believe me, that's fine. You don't have to, but I do know what I'm talking about. Let me just say that. I definitely know what I'm talking about. Big up to Sonny J. I really hope we see Porro cross the ball more this season, as his delivery is excellent. You know, 75% of all goals in football comes from crosses. Same team for me, apart from Tel and Danso. Fez, I can understand why people... I think we might not go with Danso stuff. I can imagine it being Van de Ven, Romero, Spence. I can quite imagine that. And it'd probably be that team with Richarlison up top. That's probably what he will go for. But this is obviously the team I want to see. That's the team I want to see. Bro, man, I'm trying to laugh at... Bro, Chadli bagged 11 goals in the league and had 5 assists. 11 goals and 5 assists for a player that we brought for 15 million or something. Bro, he was doing stuff. If you have a winger bag 11 goals and get 5 assists in a team this year, that's a 30 million pound player, 40 million even. Amari Hutchinson, Amari Hutchinson, or I should say, Ipswich just rejected a bid for Amari Hutchinson for 35 million, saying that that's not enough money. This is a guy who last season scored 3 goals and got 2 assists. Tyler Diblin is the guy that Southampton are commanding 50 million pounds for, who got 2 goals and 0 assists. Man, them can't be laughing at Chadli, you know. I'm actually not hearing this. Chadli was a baller, bro. Chadli was doing stuff, fam. Underrated. Most hated, underrated. Chadli was actually techie, but he seemed not interested in football. I actually don't know about that. I was young, so I probably didn't actually pay attention to those stuff at that time. But bro, he was cool, man. I've been hearing we've been speaking to his camp as well, KG. I've been hearing we've been speaking to his camp, and he's interested in a move to us as well. I've been hearing that. Big up to Steve Reynolds, my guy. Big up to you, my bro, for a super chat. Big up yourself, Jords. No, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Steve. But no, KG, I'll be real, yeah. You man are gonna get Wharton over us, innit? You man might get Wharton over us. But I don't see this Wharton stuff moving for a while because they're gonna want massive fees. And knowing your club, Do you think you're going to do a £300 million summer this window and then £300 million next one summer? I'd imagine that you're doing a massive window this summer because next summer you may only sign one player. That's what I would think. You're forward planning and you're trying to succession plan. You might probably focus on more defenders next year. I like Chadley. He wasn't quite consistent enough, but still better than Tel Odegaard. That's facts. That's fact. Like do you know when I actually look at where Spurs have come from? I keep looking back at players, and I don't know if it's just nostalgia, but I feel like our team's just got continuously worse. And if you look back 10 years ago, our team was way better. Even 15 years ago under Harry Redknapp, like we had way better teams. I'm looking back even like 20 years ago under Martin Yo, we may have had a better team, bruv. We may have had a better team than we do now. Like it's madness. It's madness. Yeah, both of them were, man. Both of them. Pull up that link. All right, give me a sec. I'll pull that link up. I got you, my bro. All right, just my YouTube studio is catching up. Let's see what that is. I'm gonna share my screen at the same time. I don't even know what I'm looking at, but look, it's loading. We're gonna see it together. Man, we're really on the trolling thing. Man said LMD. I forbid that a man takes care of his hair. Forbid the man to take care of his hair, man. I brush my hair on stream sometimes, and I'm seeing my shit look rusty. I'm like, shit, bro, let me brush my shit up. So I can't even cook, bro. What I will say is that the expected hair flicks in Arsenal's team is going to be extremely high this season. The expected hair flicks is going to be extremely high because forget Odegaard, you now got Gyökeres. You know them? Score a goal. Hair flick FC, bro. They got a new beast, bro. You know what? Let me wipe out my face. You know one of them ones, bro. It's a Swedish Johnny Bravo. That was a good one. That was a fucking good one. That's a Swedish Johnny Bravo. Yeah, we're borderline mid-table with the team. I don't think we're mid-table, innit? I think we're still above that, but that's because the Premier League level has just dropped so much, innit? That's all it is. I don't think it's because we're so much better than these teams. I'll be real. But look, we're on 87 likes. The like goal was 100. We've got 158 people in the building. Can we still get to 100 likes before we end the show? Because I'm going to end it literally in a moment. So if you guys, whoever hasn't already, don't be a fraud. Like the show. Like on the stream. Show your support. You know what I mean? Man like Glaucoma. Yeah. That's a good one as well. Glaucoma, you know. Make sure you like the stream, though, people. Make sure you're liking on the stream, yeah? I need some W's in the chat. W stream. But make sure you're liking on it. It's calm. We're actually real close to 100. We're real close to 100. I didn't think we'd get there. 75 is usually the like goal for this stream. So that's fine. We're above and beyond. Shout out to Buzz Lightyear, the goal. But we got a new goal for this stream. Yeah? We got the big Dan Potts, big Saeed raid. You know what I mean? So if we're getting a big Dan Potts and Saeed co-sign, if you man are fucking with them, you got to fuck with me. You know what I mean? I was on Saeed earlier. We're going to be on Dan Potts show at 4 p.m. So that's when I'm next back. We do have a watch along today. 5 p.m. I'm going to go the live a bit later than usual, but it's because I'm on Dan Potts show and I want to make sure I'm showing my love to Dan Potts. So we're going to be on there till 5, but coming straight over here after that, I'm going to set up the link to the show and everything straight after this. So you guys can tap the post notification bell so you're up to date to whenever Durag Diaries goes live, because sometimes I'm a bit sporadic. But we've been going hard right now. The road to 5K is real. We're trying to get that before the end of the year, which is looking very likely. But more importantly, I'm trying to get 4K before the end of the month. We all got goals. We all got things that we want to do. And that's just one thing I need to do. And I need you guys' support to help me get that done. So please keep pushing out. Keep smashing likes. Keep showing face. Even if you're not watching the video, sometimes just jump in, drop a like. It helps push the channel. Helps get us into new stratospheres. And then we can upgrade. Because I know some people want some upgrades. Yeah, we can get some upgrades. I know during the watch longs, they want some lineups. They want all these things. And I want to have all that. Trust me, you guys, I'm telling you now, when the channel's growing and stuff, we're growing. People that are watching a year ago, they would know that this wasn't even a setup. We started off in the trenches for real in the corner. on a laptop camera. We're now going up onwards and upwards. So that's all thanks to you guys so far. Big up to everyone. I appreciate the support massively. Like, I really do appreciate the support. Having over 100 people in the yard listening to me chat shit is crazy. It's crazy. But you got a big season ahead. So I need you guys to keep pushing this out. But I'm going to send you guys over to Fam Zone TV. My bro, Dean is back. Forget a DRD raid back. Make sure you're going, welcome back, Dean, innit? That's all I want in the chat. I want everybody to raid up. Welcome back, Dean. God bless Dean. We just need all the best wishes, all the good messages to Dean, because Dean is back. For those of you who don't know, he did spend some time away. He had to go into hospital and stuff. I'll let him explain all of that. I'll let him explain all of that stuff, innit? Because that's more personal to him. But more importantly, Dean is back. Trenches will be back. Soccer PM will be back. He's a key part. Dean is really like, he's the uncle of the man, man. And having him back has been so key. It's good. It's good. So I need you guys to run up, show the support, show the love. Make sure you drop, welcome back, Dean. That's all I need in the chat. A welcome back, Dean, in the chat to let him know that we've been missing him. Let him know that you've missed Dean, bro. I can sit here and say that man's missed my brother Dean. I've missed having some conversation with Dean. So make sure you guys let him know. And yeah, man. And Mr. Udang, make sure you definitely go and like the stream after yesterday. But yeah, man, big up to everyone inside. Make sure, yeah, man, big up to everyone inside. We'll see you later. We'll see you later. Bless up.